This is lesson 20. This is called the Nashville Pluck. I just called it that. No one in Nashville has actually endorsed it. But that's what I call it because it sounds kind of Nashville-ish. And it's very, very simple. I'm playing the same chord shape almost throughout the entire lesson. And what that chord shape is it's like an E7, but I'm only playing on these four strings, the D, G, B, and E string. So my fingering is third finger on the 9th fret on the D string. Then my first finger is on the 7th fret on the G string. And my fourth finger is on the B string at the 9th fret. So it's that. And the E is open. So I'm only playing, again, as always, I'm assigning these three fingers to the bottom three strings, the G, B, and E string. And the thumb is playing the bass on the D string. And I'm only playing on these four strings for this exercise. So that's the chord. Now, the lick starts like this. I pluck all the strings, and then I'm pulling off the B string with my fourth finger, like this. So I'm actually hitting the bass note, then I'm pulling off, plucking the three strings and pulling off the B string with my fourth finger. So that's how that goes. And then I'm following that with two plucks of all three strings. So I'm going. So it's bass, pull off, bass, two plucks. Let me show you that again. And you need to pull that finger off so you can sound that note. So that's how it starts. It goes. Now the next part is I'm going to go down one fret to E flat, same shape, and do exact same thing. It's getting interesting, eh? So first part, second part, then I'm going back up to the E, 7th fret, then I'm going down to the 2nd fret, same shape, that's a B chord, or excuse me, to the 4th fret, that's a C sharp. That sounds a little bit dissonant, but in the context of when I start playing it fast, you'll see. So, then I'm going up to the 9th fret, which is an F sharp, and then down to the 2nd fret. Now remember, this is all the same shape. Then back up to the E. Back to the B at the 2nd fret. Okay, let me play that entire sequence for you slower. 6th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret, 9th fret, 2nd fret, 7th fret, 2nd. So that's the first part of it. Then the second time you do it, it's slightly different. I'm going to start out the same. And then I'm going to run down chromatically to the C sharp. And I'm going to be pulling off as I do it. So it sounds like this. Let me play that for you again, nice and slow. So when you get to the C sharp, it's slightly different. Let me play that again for you. Okay. And then I'm going to play this is an F sharp, and it's slightly different fingering. So now I'm playing what is essentially an F chord, but up 1 fret. But I'm leaving the E open. So that's like an F sharp major 7 chord. So that's first finger on the B string, 2nd fret. My 2nd finger's on the G string and the 3rd fret, and my 3rd finger is on the D string and the 4th fret. And I'm going to pull off my 1st finger. Okay, so let me show you that again. And then you play the B again, back to our original shape. And then we do a tricky little lick, which is based on this chord, which is basically an E chord. It's the C shape, but it's up here at the 4th fret. But I'm only playing these 4 strings, right? So, and for this little lick, I'm actually only playing the D string, the B string, and the E string. And I'm pulling off my 2nd finger on the B string. And then I'm running it up 1 fret and playing my pinky on the B string. So it goes, and I'm pulling that off. Then I'm moving it up 1 more fret. Then 1 more fret. Then I'm plucking twice. So let me show you that lick again. It's okay, so let's try that, the whole thing again, nice and slow. And I'll just call out the fret position as we go. And remember, it's just all that same shape except for the F sharp chord. That's the 6th fret, 7th, 4th, 9th, 2nd, 7th, 2nd. That's the first part. Now the second part. 7th fret, 6th. Now we do our rundown. Now the F sharp chord, pulling off my 1st finger. Now the B, back to our original shape. Now our lick. So that's how that goes. I'm going to do that for you one more time. Nice and slow. Now before I do that, I want to just explain a little bit about, I'm pulling these strings off. I'm like snapping them. Because you want to get that. So you're not just, you know, if you're kind of wimping out on it, it's not going to sound right. You got to pull those strings, grab them, and just give them a snap. So here we go. Second part. Rundown. F sharp. Pulling off the 1st finger. B. Lick. That's how that goes. Now I'm going to play it just a little bit quicker for you. Another thing I would add also before I do that is I'm kind of tapping the guitar. See that? It just gives it more dynamic. I'm also, after I do the lick on each chord, I'm slightly releasing the pressure on the strings with my left hand. Just ever so slightly, and that mutes the string. See? And that's what you want. Plus, I also have the fatty part of my hand on the strings just a little bit to give it a little more of that kind of snap. So So here it is, just a little bit quicker. Second part. F sharp, B, lick. That's cool, isn't it? So once you get that down, then you can play it a little bit quicker. Yeah! Now I'm going to play it up to speed. Or at least it's fairly quick anyway. I'm not Roy Clark here. Let's do it again. Yeah! Nashville Pluck. Well, now that we've reviewed and learned this Nashville Pluck, I want to let you know that it is, not only is it a song, but it's a pattern and it's a great exercise just to get your left hand moving around quick so you know where you're going. And it's really simple because you're playing the same pattern all the time. And also, it is extremely good for your fourth finger because you're making it work. And if you're not used to doing that, it'll hurt right away. But once you get it going, you can just rip on it. And it's also great as a lead. I mean, if you're... So you can basically throw that technique of playing that chord and pulling that string off into any song that's got these chords in it. And you can vary it. That kind of stuff. So it's really, really useful, and it'll burn your hand, but you get it down and your left hand is going to love you.